Well, hello, everybody. 202. Yeah, that's my fault. That's on me. I just wanted to, does Mike or do you guys ever make mistakes in the crosstalk that you have to come on the air and say you're sorry for?
No.
Yeah, you're just radio professionals.
Yeah.
I read yesterday that Kyle Tucker was not expected to play in this series. He played yesterday. So I'm sorry. I apologize. Kyle Tucker's going to play today, I assume. Not a great start.
There we go.
You know, get called up to the big leagues. You take me away from Wojo, and I screwed up immediately. How you doing, Rico?
A lot better than you.
That's tough. It's pretty bad when you look at the ticket text. It's also like, dumbass, Tucker played. You're so stupid. Do you think before you speak? That's on me. I'm sorry. Kyle Tucker's okay. Big series at Comerica. Tarek Skubal on the bump, 3 o'clock. We both have Skubal plans. But, Rico, right now, it's the Committee on Infractions. NCAA versus Michigan. Connor Stallion's in the house. You see this?
I did. Yes, I saw it. And like, you got to make sure, is it real? Did some Buckeye fan AI him there? No, he's actually there. I can't believe it, but he's there.
He's there. I wonder if he cut a deal with the NCAA. You can still coach in college football if you turn on Michigan. You think that's what's going on?
Dude, I don't know how that man thinks. We'll get to him in this.
All right. So the Committee on Infractions, the hearing is going on right now. There's no media. There's no public. A resolution is expected by the end of summer. So we're not going to know what the punishment for Michigan is until probably the end of summer, but it is the NCAA, so who the hell knows how long it's going to take. But reading articles on this, and this is other people saying this. This is not us, Rico. Mm-hmm. These are people that are way more informed than us saying this. Apparently, the Committee on Infractions, the hearing, these are very rare. Usually schools take whatever punishment is given to them and they move on. It's over. Put it behind you. But according to a Chad Ford article, one former COI chair says this, quote, unless a school wants to go full metal jacket on something, most of the time there doesn't need to be a hearing. Then the article goes on to say, hooray, Michigan is that school, and this is that case. So Michigan's pissed. The NCAA is pissed. They're duking it out right now at a hearing that unfortunately the media or the public is not allowed at. So then you read a little more. There's 11 alleged NCAA violations. 6 of them are level 1 allegations. And they say the most severe will be met with the greatest sanctions.
Right. And remember, these things have been dragging on for a long time because we all thought that this was going to get settled before Ohio State last year.
That's true.
But then Connor Stalions came out with that documentary where I don't really know the point of it, where he said I wasn't involved, wink, wink type of thing. The NCAA sees this and they say, whoa, give us back that. We're adding on to this. And now Michigan gets a chance to refute some of the charges. They get a chance to appeal. That's why we're here right here in June. This was supposed to have been settled, and we would have known something back right before the Buckeye game. But last season, it was like, okay, you know what? We gotta reconvene. We'll come up with new charges based on Connor Stalions, which is why I'm thinking he's there.
Yeah, he's in a Michigan tie. Looks really dapper. Okay, so nobody cares. Like if the NCAA says we're going to fine you, fans don't care. No big deal, right? If they say there's recruiting violations or you can't recruit as much or you lose scholarships, nobody cares.
If they said you're getting a fine, Michigan's popping champagne bottles.
Right, and we probably would have already known about it, right? That's sort of good news would leak. Fair?
Yes.
Okay. There's been no leaks. So here's what could happen to Michigan according to the article. Not Rico and I, but the article. As a repeat violator, being charged with failure to monitor its football program, Michigan could be looking at a multiple-year postseason ban. They could be. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but according to people that know more than we do, follow this for a living, they could be looking at a multiple-year postseason ban. Or they could be looking at a vacation of records from Michigan's undefeated 2023 national championship season. In the future, the NCAA record books may not say the Wolverines went 15-0. So you and I are looking at this Who is that, by the way? You and I are looking at this. If you're a Michigan fan, because this conversation broke out before the show, our boss was involved. If you're a Michigan fan, knowing full well that one of these could happen to you, I'm not saying both, I'm not saying either, but one could happen, whether it's banning you from postseason upcoming or whether it's taking away some wins from that 2023 season. As a Michigan football fan, as a fan of sports, which one would you choose? Would you choose the past, meaning you'll look in the record books and in 23, you didn't go 15-0, you didn't win the national championship? Or would you choose the postseason ban, meaning in 23, your record is intact, your championship is intact, but you're not going to go to the postseason for the next couple years? As a fan of Michigan or a fan of sports in this situation, which one would you choose if you had to deal with one?
I'm going to ask David because David is the Wolverine fan, because no matter what I say, it's going to get taken out of context. Like, oh, of course you would pick that. Like, there's already people already waiting for me to pick a side here. But of course you would say that. Me, I would let go of the past. I would let it go and say, I want to look forward to the future. You got this hotshot quarterback that you spent a lot of money on to get here. If you have a 2-year postseason ban, he's pretty much leaving. Now we'll find out. Evan put it best. You'll find out how much NIL really matters, because you're going to have to overpay to keep some people here. Because if I know I can't go anywhere, let's just say a 2-year postseason ban.
Yeah, which is a possibility, according to people that know more than us.
All your best players are going to leave, and you could end up really suffering, where it almost goes back to the days of Rich Rodriguez, where it's like, oh my goodness, it's going to take a while to dig out of this hole. And it took them 7 years before Harbaugh finally came here, ironically enough, and got the program back to where you wanted it to be. I would just go ahead and because you still got the memories, you still got the hats, you still got the T-shirts, you still got you got the game saved on your DVR. You watch it all the time.
Yeah, but it would drive you nuts that your rivals are going to say, what championship?
Your rivals, no. And I hate speaking for Michigan fans right now, but your rivals are already saying that. So what does it matter?
Yeah, but then it becomes real.
They don't respect you.
Yeah, I do think a lot of Michigan fans, though. And listen, I would choose the vacation of the wins too. But I do think a lot of Michigan fans would be like, no. You can't screw with my championship, my favorite team of all time. I don't want to have to deal with my rivals saying, see, it really did count.
But it doesn't matter, because Mike and I said, you guys, you cheated. Go win your title, but just know the bill's coming due. And people are going to say you cheated, and they're not going to respect it. And you have to be okay with that. So don't get mad when people are all like, hey, you cheat, because you were all with the whole bet. Oh, okay, well, guess what?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Talk for Michigan fans. I know you don't want to. What would Michigan fans say? Would they take the postseason ban, or would they take the vacation of the 23 wins?
I don't have to speak for Michigan fans.
Oh, you want them to speak for themselves?
Because we have a part-time Michigan fan here, right here, right now.
He's only part-time?
Well, Michigan fans sometimes
just
claim
like basketball?
Him, sometimes they don't.
All right, David, go ahead. Wins
David Hull, back.
First of all,
or postseason ban?
First of all, I don't care if a rival respects me or not. I don't care at all. You're my rival. Like, you're not supposed to respect me. Vacate the wins. My memory can be taken away from me. You don't have a Men in Black memory stick. You can't take that from me. So vacate the wins. I don't care. I don't want the postseason ban because of what Rico said. I want to be able to keep the recruits that I have. I want to be able to keep the kids that I currently have. I don't want Bryce Underwood to leave and go anywhere. So I want him to stay. So give me the vacated win.
So what do you think most Michigan fans would say?
I think most Michigan fans would say the postseason ban. I really do. I truly think they'll say postseason ban.
That they'll take the postseason ban because they don't want to lose the wins.
Yes.
And by the way, I don't think you can lose the national championship, but you'll lose the wins that got you up to it. Could you lose the national title?
You could lose the national title.
You could.
Teams have had the titles taken from them. I know people
like the
CFP. The CFP is made up of the team. So if you take away the 15 games, the College Football Playoff Committee is going to go in and say, okay, well, you know what? We want to adhere to this, and they're going to take that away as well. Now, David said all of that. I'm not a Michigan fan. Rieger, I'll bet you dollars to donuts. Michigan fans are going to say, give me the 2-year ban. Don't you dare touch that trophy. Don't you dare touch the best season of my life. Life was great. We beat the Buckeyes. We beat everybody.
Beat
all the way.
Alabama.
We beat the Huskies. We won the title.
Sent Saban into retirement, a loser.
They're going to say, I'll take my chances. I'll roll the dice. Postseason ban, 2 years. But you know what I have guaranteed? That title. There's no guarantee I'm going to win the title in the next 2 years. So, that one is guaranteed.
I'm with you. I think the majority of Michigan fans would take the postseason ban. We're not going to be good for a couple years. Whatever.
But
NIL, we can buy our players. It is what it is.
Just know, you get hit with a 2-year ban. Man,
Bryce is gone.
Yeah. I got a feeling Bryce and anybody that's worth a damn out of there.
All right,
leaving.
So speak for yourself, 248-539-9797. We are not making things up. The experts believe both are a possibility. If it actually came to fruition and the NCAA popped you with either a postseason ban or having to vacate wins in the 23 season, which one would you take? Oh my. All right, 97 won the ticket.